Y'all killing me with this.
If you remember, a little bit while ago, they did the Tom Brady roast on Netflix. I think it was actually live as well. And Tony Hichcliffe, he was only supposed to be like a small part of that. But he ended up weaseling his way into it, going on stage. He wasn't even supposed to do a set on stage. This guy just started walking on stage. I could only imagine the stage manager was probably back there like, if somebody does not shoot this fucking guy, I will, okay? Get him off the fucking stage. But it turned out to work out in Tony's favor because he got a lot of recognition off of that. He's probably going to end up getting a multi-million-dollar deal from Netflix off of it. Who knows? So during the roast, he has this one joke where he's making fun of this fat black lesbian woman. I forget her name. Do I have it here somewhere? I don't. But he's making a joke about her, and he says, "Oh, she doesn't just eat pussy. She all hell gnaws on it." He does the whole thing. He puts his head back. He goes, "Oh," with his mouth. "Oh, hell gnaws on it." And he thought that it was like the most clever joke like that has ever been written. You know what I mean? He really was into this joke. So not that long ago, he's on Two Bears, One Cave. That was also a painful episode. We won't get into that, old news. But he's on there and he's kind of just buttering himself up in front of Tom and Bert. He's kind of just like really laying it on himself. And he starts explaining how he came up with this once in a lifetime, all hell gnaws on it joke, right? And I Eat Worms 88 ended up submitting this clip from that. And I thought it was kind of funny because this seems like such a diluted thing to do. Wow, let's listen to him. Let's listen to him bring it up, and then we'll get into it. It sounds very cringe.
Hell Nas joke, which I knew the second it clicked in my head. Like, this sounds crazy, but I was getting a massage at the time, and I'm trying to think of a Sam J joke. What do? They eat pussy, right? But what do black women say?
So, Sam J. I don't know if you're familiar with this Sam J. That's her name. I almost forgot about that. So I want to look her up. The first time I had heard of Sam J, it was from Jonah Hill's movie You People. She played Jonah Hill's podcast partner, which ironically enough, that movie was like not based in reality for being about a podcaster. The main goal of that guy was to get on like Complex Media or something. Like every podcaster's goal is to get onto a network. Most podcasters' goal is to have their own thing where they're the only ones making money and everybody else just fucks off. So that was crazy part of the movie right there. But she plays his black lesbian podcast partner / best friend forever. And she looked fucking ridiculous in the movie. Like, she's one of those people that I see people like this in Hollywood and I'm like, why do they let people like that in? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, he's saying that because she's black. I'm not. I'm saying that because she looks like this. This right here, if I was somebody who was running a studio in Hollywood, I see this. I see that as a liability, right? Black, white, purple, doesn't matter. Looks like a fucking liability. Take this exact person, make their skin white, they're actually more of a liability. I would double down on not hiring that person if they were actually white. So the fact that she's black has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that she's one of these Antifa-style looking lesbians. You know what I mean? So Tony, he's like, I got to come up with the perfect joke for this crazy-ass looking lesbian. How do I do it? So he starts telling them, I was getting a massage, you know what I mean? And I came up with the joke. Listen to this bullshit.
The Sam J joke. What do? They eat pussy, right? But what do black women say? They, oh, hell nah. And I'm like, oh my God, nah, Nas on it. She doesn't eat pussy, she all hell Nas on it. And I stop the massage. Tell the masseuse, this perfect little, like, sweet, innocent. I just.
So now this is psychopathic bullshit. This is like a sociopath, right? So picture that. He is getting a massage. He's thinking to himself, how do I come up with this awesome joke? That part doesn't sound all that crazy. You know, you thinking about a lot of stuff when you're getting a massage. If you're thinking about work, that's really not that crazy, right? So he's like, oh, I came up with this joke, right? Here's the crazy part. He says he stopped the massage. This bitch is like rubbing him down. She's like really working out the knots. She's just, you know, trying to do her job too. You might be thinking about work. She's thinking about getting off of work. So the sooner she gets this done, the better it is for her. But no, she can't do that. So he stops her in the middle of the massage and he goes, oh, I just came up with the greatest joke. His boner's flying all over the fucking place because he's probably got rock solid off this massage. So he's like, so now she's uncomfortable because this thing is like swinging around. He's so excited about this joke, right? And then she has to stop doing her job and get, you know, completely off focus, attention broken, all that shit, to listen to this guy's lame ass joke about all hell gnawing on pussy. That's like a sociopath. Because these comedians, you think about it, when you boil down a comedian, down to the core of what a comedian is, they're basically somebody on stage going, look at me, look at me, look at me. Dude, I've produced comedy shows before. You know, one of the first things they say to you when they get on stage, it's like, I've produced comedy shows like not at comedy clubs, like at like restaurants and stuff, like real independent stuff. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with independent production at all. But one of the first things they tell you, there's like people sitting down eating in the restaurants. They go, hey, if everyone could just like not talk to each other, you know, be quiet when the comedians are on stage. Half the people in the restaurant, they didn't even know you were going to be there, folks. So it's basically like a kid getting on stage and going, look at me, look at me, look at me. So he's doing that right now in the middle of getting a massage. Talk about, like, this girl should call the police for sexual assault. If I was a girl giving a guy a massage, he stopped in the middle to tell me to joke, I'm calling the fucking cops. The sooner you get this guy out of the fucking massage bed, the better, because he's creeping me out. What, are you coming on to me? You trying to pick me up, bro? Making me laugh in the middle of me, making me involuntary laugh in the middle of my job? It's already bad enough I gotta rub you down. Let's not make it awkward here, buddy. You know, so this guy is sociopathic as fuck. Listen to this shit one more time. He's in the middle of the massage. He comes up with the perfect joke.
What do black women say? They, oh, hell nah. And I'm like, oh my God, nah, Nas on it. She doesn't eat pussy, she all hell Nas on it. And I stop the massage. Tell the masseuse, this perfect little, like, sweet, innocent. I just wrote a joke about a black lesbian. I said she doesn't eat pussy, she all hell Nas on it. And she's literally like, ah! That all hell no.
Dude, all right. We got to go back to that right there. I got to zoom in on his face. He tells the joke to this woman, right? And he says, she goes, bah! When we replay this last part right here and we look at his face, the way he's telling her, I just came up with this joke. And it's about this girl who eats pussy. When she doesn't eat pussy, she all hell gnaws on it. And now this girl, she's probably like eyes wide open, like, what the fuck did you just say to me, dude? Like, this is not a comedy club. This is a massage parlor. Like, we do not talk to each other like that here, bro. So now she's like eyes wide open. She doesn't know she's like, this guy is going to like kidnap me or hurt me or something. Right? And then he goes, and I tell her the joke and she goes, bah! He tells Bert and Tom, she starts laughing. She probably was screaming. She was probably like, oh my God, I'm going to probably die here. Like, I thought I was just coming into work, and now this guy's like telling me jokes. It's like talking about gnawing on pussy and stuff. Like, I don't know what's happening. She's real freaked out. But look, watch, I'm going to show you. Let's zoom in a little bit before we hit the play button. Look at his face when he starts talking about how he told this masseuse this joke.
Masseuse, this perfect little, like, sweet, innocent. I just wrote a joke about a black lesbian.
So I just wrote a joke about a black lesbian. And he told it to her like this, looking like this, like he's about to fucking yut in his pants. He told her this joke looking like this. I wrote a joke about a black lesbian. This girl, she's probably like freaked out, dude. She was not expecting this at work, buddy.
And I said she doesn't eat pussy, she all hell gnaws on it. And she's literally like, bah!
Look, if this is the way that she actually looked after you told the joke, she was fearing for her life. She was not laughing at you, bro. And if she was laughing, she was probably trying to cut the tension in the room. You're telling jokes about black lesbians gnawing on pussy and you're naked, bro. She's rubbing oil all over you. That's not the time and place for that shit, buddy. Save that shit for Joe Rogan's green room. When Joe Rogan's rubbing you down, you know, after the cold plunge, he's giving you one of them heavy thigh rub downs with the fucking thumbs, you know what I mean, really going in there. That's when you start telling these inappropriate ass jokes. You don't want to start doing this shit in the middle of this poor lady's work day. Right after this, she's got to go to lunch. You just fucked her whole lunch up. So let's give a round of applause. That was a listener submission from I Eat Worms 88. So I want to thank him for that. But yeah, we're going to get into this H3 incident, right? So, like I said in the intro.
And hold my fart like a bong rip.